E hoama tena koutou katoa ko Nat Waran Tokingwa, and I have the honour of being the current chair of Companion Animals New Zealand. I'm just about to try and share my screen. I'm hoping this works. And I would like to start us off with a karakia. Ki hora te marino, ki whakapapa ponamu te moana. Kia tere te karoha hirahi, imua I tō hurarahi. And that means, may peace be widespread, may the sea glisten like greenstone, may the shimmer of light guide you on your way, which I think is particularly appropriate today as we are here all together to celebrate and enjoy the 2021 Companion Animals New Zealand Conference with a theme towards a good life. Look, it's absolutely thrilling to see everybody joining us. Sad that we can't meet in person, but wonderful that the accessibility of the format that we have enables around about 600 people who've registered to be able to join us when they have time today. And we're absolutely thrilled that we'll be able to talk and present on a good life for companion animals in New Zealand to such a wide audience. Companion Animals New Zealand is committed to promoting the importance of ensuring companion animals experience the highest standards of welfare and that companion animal guardians have a good understanding of their animals' needs. And to support this, as you can see from the slide in front of you, we've developed a range of resources, such as the infographics that you can see, which is our attempt at translating the latest robust science into usable information that's made available to everybody. We have a lot of different initiatives that we're involved in, including the Assisi Awards that recognise the work of the dedicated individuals around New Zealand, but also worldwide, that advance animal welfare. But we're also involved in developing processes to allow the public and our vets to recognise and recommend accredited trainers and behaviourists who use only humane and evidence-based approaches for their work. And you're going to hear about that during this conference. Of course, we're best known for being the organisation that manages the pet register, the National Pet Register, where all animals can be registered using their microchip details so that they can be identified if they're lost and found, and then, of course, be returned home. And we've got almost 1 million pets registered with us at this time. The money that we raise through the register is reinvested into animal welfare initiatives within New Zealand and has helped around about, I think we've so far managed to raise about $5 million that has been invested into a range of different projects. And as if that's not enough, we've also joined forces with two wonderful organisations to develop a new initiative to advance knowledge of how to provide animals with a good life, as well as enhancing our understanding of the importance of the human-animal bond. And we're delighted to announce the launch of an exciting new research grant, the Towards a Good Life for Companion Animals grant. This has been made possible through our collaboration with the Companion Animals Trust New Zealand and Healthy Pets New Zealand. Together, our organisations will award a $30,000 grant in 2022 to a researcher or research group in New Zealand that will help us make a meaningful difference to New Zealand companion animals. And we'll be announcing more details about this fantastic new research grant possibility in early 2022. And a final important outreach initiative we're involved with is, of course, this annual conference. And this conference really isn't possible without the wonderful presenters that have agreed to share their knowledge with us. And this lineup is really, it's not just from New Zealand. We've got people from Australia and from the UK, and we are absolutely delighted that they have agreed to join us. In some cases, they're going to be joining us in the middle of their night. So thank you very much indeed for that. We're going to be listening to talks that will address a whole range of topics, exploring what is a good life, what are the issues with a good life, and how do we provide a good life for our companion animals, from shelters to dog training, breeding to euthanasia, and a really broad range of topics. And with such a large and diverse audience, it'll be a great opportunity for you to hear something that you're familiar with, but perhaps explore it in different ways, as well as something that's brand new. And of course, we look forward to your questions. We are incredibly grateful, not just to the speakers, but also to the panel members for giving us their time, and our conference sponsors for enabling us to run this event free for all, giving you full accessibility. I'm also grateful to my colleagues on the A team, the organising committee, Fiona, David, Bree and Anya, AV Media for their wonderful support in getting this organised, and the veterinary and veterinary nursing professional associations for accepting this conference as professional development for all those who attend. So to EasyVet, Royal Canin, our professional organisations, my board, our staff, and of course the amazing presenters, thank you all very much for being part of this event. So I'm not really sure what the time is at the moment, but I'm hoping that I've managed to fill the introduction time enough to give our wonderful minister, the Honorary Damien O'Connor, the chance to get himself organised and ready to be able to officially open this conference. As I said, we cannot thank Minister O'Connor and Minister Fightry enough for giving us their valuable time, but also more importantly, their support. Companion animals are important to New Zealanders. And I think it's incredible, really, that we've been able to pull together this conference with such a big audience. It gives us the opportunity to really demonstrate that New Zealand is at the forefront of animal welfare in the world, not only because of our wonderful 1999 Animal Welfare Act that led the way for positive welfare legislation, but also because increasingly we are demonstrating that we are incredibly aspirational in what we want for our animals in New Zealand. The fact that we are now driving the positive animal welfare, the positive emotion message, not just for companion animals, but also in talks that many of our researchers are giving internationally, with companion animals and captive wild animals, is, I think, very significant. New Zealand is a world leader when it comes to animal welfare, and I'm sure that Minister O'Connor will tell us a little bit about that as he welcomes us into this conference today. So welcome and thank you very much indeed, Minister O'Connor.
Kia ora, Nat, and I'm just assuming that people can see me. I have a screen here full of wonderful presenters that you'll be hearing from in the conference. Congratulations for pulling it together. It's not easy in the virtual world that we live in. Can I acknowledge my ministerial colleague, Mika Whaitiri, and all the good work that she's doing in this area. And so just as a brief introduction, I guess I say I'm a farm boy. I started out my life closely connected to animals from a farming perspective. And so my appreciation of the value of companion animals probably wasn't great. But as I've moved forward and through my life, I guess I've been connected. There's always been a horse or a cat or a dog, or there's always been an animal close at hand. And I've taken that for granted, but started to appreciate, I guess, the value of companion animals for a number of reasons. Can I just acknowledge all the organisations that are part of this movement and your organisation? Thank you. I won't start because I'll miss some of them out, but they're all probably here. Thank you for your efforts in this area. And I'd like to think that as a government, we will continue to acknowledge your good work and support it and make changes where necessary. And I know there are a number of things in the pipeline like cats and that we have to tidy up and make progress on, and we commit to do that working alongside you. Can I just say the value of companion animals is, I think, underestimated. And as a previous Minister for Corrections, I became aware of the potential value of bringing animals into prisons, as has been acknowledged into areas of rest homes and hospitals, and the huge value that they bring to people who, have a gap in their lives and who maybe see some inspiration from animals. And I guess it's through your advocacy and good work and the support of organisations and individuals like vets and the Veterinary Association that we've been able to progress this. I've just come off the back of a trade agreement in the UK where we have a chapter on animal welfare, and there was a lot of discussion about animal welfare. One of the things that we did decide in terms of our farm systems that they were different, and so it was very hard to line it up exactly and compare ourselves to them, other than the principles of upholding the highest standards of animal welfare. Some will say that you know, it's rather subjective, but we've got the 5 domains and we have an acceptance of sentience, and from there we can, I guess, make progress to acknowledge that animals are important, that we have to respect them. Ownership, well, from a farming perspective, has always been seen as a right. I tend to think of it as I get a guardianship role that we have. The animals come into our lives. We have to respect their sentience and look after them, and then they move on. Just as I sent my 10 cattle beasts to another life somewhere in the last few days. Farmers have I guess, a pragmatic approach. For those who have companion animals, they are friends for life, and we have to accept that. Can I make a few suggestions and put bees on your list of companion animals? I'm going to be provocative. They are amazing animals, and I think they offer inspiration to every one of us. People might say that bees sting, so we don't want them. I mean, dogs bite and cats scratch. If managed well, they can be wonderful companion animals. And maybe if you can look to incorporate them, and maybe a beehive in the backyard of an elderly person might be, you know, an inspiration for them, and something that they can look forward to each and every day. Look, I'm not going to go on any longer, other than to say thank you for your good work. As I say, all the organisations involved. As a government, we commit to higher standards of animal welfare. We're looking to ban the live exports. We're looking to enhance the standards around the farming of pigs and dairy cows. We'll continue to move in that direction, mindful of the reality, of course, that we are a farming nation and that our wealth creation depends upon the careful, wise and respectful management of animals through those systems. So, and in terms of companion animals, I guess I'll always have one of them. I'm not sure what they will be around my life. And I guess those people who, you know, who have the joy of that opportunity, that they understand the value of it. Can I say, locked up in MIQ here, I feel like a confined cat at the moment, ready to spring out. So I'd like to think that I, government and Minister Whātere and myself understand the value of companion animals, will continue to support you in your drive to protect them and promote them. And so with that, I'd like to officially open your conference, wish you all the very best, say thank you to those people who have committed to come along and contribute. And I hope that, you know, it's successful. Kia ora, thank you.